Hello, I'm here today to swatch, as promised, my whole collection of Michael Harding watercolors. I've swatched some of these colors before, but I've never swatched my whole collection. And so bear with me, this is going to take a while. I might have to split this into 2 videos, depending on how long it takes me. I'm just going to do pebbles, I think, for this swatching. So it's not going to be squares, and I'll just write them in as I go along, because I will show you how many I have. I also have some of this watercolor paper that I wanted to share with you guys. A case for making day. I went into the store and I found this really cute square 100% cotton cold press paper, and there's 30 sheets, and it's quite reasonably priced for the quality of paper it is. So actually I might work on something. I think you're gonna see a tulip here and there, because my daughter gave me tulips for my birthday, and I'm not ready to get rid of them, and they're kind of here in front of me for inspiration. Hopefully they don't block the view too badly. All right, let's get started. I have a lot of Michael Harding paints. I've pulled them all. I stuck them in this container for now, so that I could have them a little more contained and spread all over the table. Let me pull some of the yellows out. I don't know if I'm gonna go in exact order of colors, but let's try it. Pull some of the lighter colors out first. And if I'm and because I don't want to waste the paint, probably just going to dip my brush inside the tubes. We'll try it that way, so that I'm not putting them all in a palette, because once I squeeze it out, it's just, that's the thing with tube paints. I tend to waste more than I should. So let's see here. Okay, I'm going to start with these lighter. Oh, this is a Shrinka. This is not Michael Harding. And this is Daniel Smith, not on Michael Harding. Okay, I think I have gotten them all pulled correctly. And, yep, all right. And I will put my glasses on so that I can see. That'll help. So that's a green gold. You see, I can't even read. All right, let's start here, and I'll get my pen, and I'll write in here. This is the Hahnemuller, and I got a big sheet. I'm just going to go ahead and go for it. I think what I'll do with the swatches is maybe decorate them, so I do something abstract with it later. The Hahnemuller agave watercolor paper, which is a mix of agave fiber, 70% and 30% cotton rag, and actually really nice paper to swatch with. Not really durable if you're going to do major lifting or anything with what is that called? Masking fluid, or if you put tape down, it's going to rip the paper. So yeah, it's not the sturdiest of papers. It works well for painting though, which is what we're going to do today. So I'm going to start with warm white. And I don't know if you'll see the warm white. Let me make a little mark so that you can see it. The warm white won't be the same like if I were to do like titanium white. It might show more. I have a warm yellow. I don't know where that went. I thought I pulled it, and I actually like that color a lot. It might end up later in the video, even though I really want it up here at the top with the other lighter colors. So you can get Michael Harding paints through Blick if you're ordering in the United States. I still order from Jackson's, and I still get a better deal than I think. I mean, it's still a good deal. I don't see much difference with the tariffs yet. Maybe it'll hit me later. But I have not seen much of a difference, and the shipping is more reasonable. You don't have to order as much to get a cheaper rate of shipping, and the shipping's quicker. So I sorry, Blick, but you could do better than what you do in terms of shipping. I don't know what service you use, but you do take. I get stuff from England within the same amount of time or quicker. Then let's see, maybe it's down here. I'm looking for this, like it's a kind of like a warm yellow or something that I have in. It's all right. Maybe I'm mistaken. All right, so, oh, there it is, warm yellow, right under my nose. So let's start with the warm white. Oh, it's quite opaque. It kind of covered up that pen mark. That's what I kind of wanted to check out. So, yeah. You can still see it, the mark underneath, but not so much. Okay, that's warm white. And that is PW6 and PW4 and PY83. No, it's not. That's the warm yellow. I messed up. Oh my gosh, all right. PW4, PW6, so this kind of goes opposite. And PY43, okay. So it's just the order of things makes it different than the warm yellow. So let's try this warm yellow. Now I love Michael Harding paints. Very, very high quality, very high pigment load, very true to the colors. That Michael Harding's a master paint maker out of England. Mostly was always in oils, but ventured out a few years ago and well, I think he'd been developing this watercolor line for quite a while, but it finally came out a few years ago. And since I love his oil paints, and that's a large majority of my oils, I think there was some red on my brush. Oh well. I thought I would give his watercolors a try, and then I ended up almost, I don't know if I bought the whole line, but quite close to it. So this is warm yellow, and it's PW6, PW4, and PY43. Okay. The next color I'm going to do is, let's do Yellow Lake. Yellow Lake. Very bright yellow. And let me see if I add more water. So with Michael Harding paints, they are very pigmented, and because I'm not really diluting them in the palette, it's going to be maybe a little more challenging to get the lighter tones. I have to work it a little bit. But there you go. And this is Yellow Lake. And this is PY 180. Yeah. And the next one I'm going to do is called Turner's Yellow. Now this one, do not try and put this in a palette with other colors and hope that it ever dries, because it won't. And it'll run throughout your whole palette, and it will mess up a lot of your colors and get in the lid. And I laid it out with the lid open forever, and it's just, I think because these are honey based, this one in particular does not set well if you put it in a palette. Like this one, I would just use it like this, like, you know, just put it in the traditional way. Don't put it in a travel palette. You'll be sorry. And I guess you get to learn from my mistakes, which is part of the reason I'm doing these channels, this work here. All right, the next one is Turner's Yellow. And the sizing on this paper is not as good as the other, because it's a brand new pad, and it's not as good as the other pad I got from Hahnemuller. I don't know. It's not great. Maybe as I get down further, it'll get better. Maybe it's just because this is the first sheet, but I have to work it a little bit to get it to soak in. Yep, that's a nice yellow. I like Turner's Yellow. Make no mistake, I just would not put it in a travel palette, because I don't know if I pull it. Let's see if I can show you what I mean. I don't know if it's in this one, or I made two palettes that are just Michael Harding. Well, I don't know. Let's see if we can find what I'm talking about. Unless I already took it out. Yeah. So this is Turner Yellow. And I think I did this, gosh, I would say almost a year ago. And look, it just never dried. And it spilled everywhere. It's still very wet. So, Turner Yellow. Some of these other ones look kind of wet, but they're not running. It's just the turn. It's still, wow, it's just amazing that it never really fully set. So, I don't think you have that problem when you paint it, because you're spreading it out and it's on paper. But anyway, Turner's Yellow and PY 216. So this is a nice color if you're just going to do it the traditional way, putting it in a palette. And oh, look at that, I made quite a mess in there. So okay, next color I'm going to do is, let's see, quinacridone gold. He has a quinacridone gold that's very nice. There we go. See the paint on this paper? It's not wanting to soak it up right away. I don't know if it's the sizing or excuse my cough. I've had a upper respiratory cold for over a week and a half now. It's just lingering on. Yeah. That is a beautiful quinacridone gold. And that is PY 150 and PR 209. Yeah, this is very nice. Okay. And the next color I'm going to do will be French Yellow Ochre. I'm going to stir it around a little bit. Okay. I'm getting some binder. Let me see if I wonder if I could shake it up. I don't know if that works. But try a smaller brush. Okay, this is French Yellow Ochre. I think I'm going to go ahead and put it in here because it's a lot of binder that's coming out. Just stir it up. Okay. All right. And that is PY 43. And the next one is Ochre, Havana of France. Okay. I may have to use the palette after all. Just trying to dip my brush in the tube is not, I don't think, the best way to do this. So this is a browner, darker ochre. I do like these colors, especially, look, the fall, very perfect. So it's Inktober. I'm gonna try and do some Inktober inking drawings, and also there's a challenge, and I don't remember what it's called, online. And the first one on there was an acorn. So I gotta do an acorn. And I don't typically, I would say I'm not really, I don't want to say illustrative or, like all these cute characters and the way people can make animals look. I don't know. That's just not my, I don't think it's my style, and I don't think I have a particular aptitude for it. And I noticed that I don't think I'm very good at these challenges because I do need to look at something typically to get inspiration or to have a guide at some, especially about animals. Like I don't know. I mean, I can't remember what animals look like unless I'm looking at them. Okay. This is Raw Sienna Dark. And it is dark. This is my favorite time of year, though. We've just hit October. This I like these actually a lot. Okay. So, let's see. What can I do next? I'll do green gold next. Oh, I forgot to do this. Raw Sienna Dark. And that is the color, the pigment has been covered up by paint, is PBR, what? PBR 7. And Ochre Havana of France, PR 102, and PY 42. Okay. Now green gold. Is PY 129. That's very nice. It's actually, that's really beautiful. These colors here are so fall-like. It's great for this theme of this time of year. Okay, so the next color I will do is moss green. If I can open it. These have been used. And time to switch out palettes here. Yeah, this paper this time around, this sheet is not great to do this. I hadn't had problems with swatching on this paper before, so it's this pad. Maybe it's sat in the warehouse too long. But when I work it, it works out okay. But when I first lay down the paint, it's not soaking in. It's just kind of sitting on top. I just wanted a little bit more of a affordable paper to do this kind of swatching and stuff on. I don't want to use my expensive paper. This isn't cheap. I'm sure there's cheaper versions, but paper. This is moss green. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. And it is, okay, PY 150, PB 29, and PR 209. My hands got paint on them. I mean, look at that. That's gorgeous. That's pretty. Okay. Next, let's see. Let me find another green. Sap green. Viridian. Olive green. Caroline green. I'm pulling all my greens. Forest green. And Italian green umber. Okay, let me do Italian green umber next. This can be a very more subtle light green. This is similar to Terra Verde. Okay. All right. What did I say that was? Oh, I put it over here. It is Italian green umber. And PBR7. And PG23. It's very pretty. It's just a more subtle green. I like it. All right. The next color we'll do is olive green. That's dark. Again, a little paint goes a very long way with Michael Harding watercolors. probably the most pigmented of all the watercolor paints I've ever used. So even though they're on the pricier side, the tubes are a good size. You don't need as much paint, so I think it works out quite well. And let's do that. And that was olive green. And PR 101. PY 180. And PB 15.3. Okay. Next, I will do Viridian. I don't use Viridian very often, but it's always like when you take a class on the student, supply list for most every art class I've ever taken. It's one of the colors that they ask you to have on your palette, Viridian. So it's probably for its mixing qualities. Because it's as a standalone, it's definitely not my favorite green. It's nice. It's just not. I guess I like more of the earthy, muted greens. But this is nice. It is nice. Viridian. I don't think it's as easy to find Viridian as it used to be. I don't know if it's what's in Viridian that maybe there's some chemicals or something in it that's not as good for you. This is PG18 or something. I don't know. I had a hard time finding Viridian a little while back. And Michael Harding had it, but no. Okay, forest green. Oh no, I'm gonna do sap green. Okay, sap green. Woo! That's lovely. It almost looks like what I would think a Pyroline green would be like. Let me dilute this a little bit, push it out. Sap green. I put too much water in here. This is going to take forever to dry. Oh well. Okay, sap green. And that is PG7. and PBR6. It's really pretty. Actually, this Viridian, I like it actually. I do. It would make a nice mint green if you add a little bit of that white to it. Okay, forest green. If I can open it. Yeah. Then I'll pause the video, clean my water, wash some of these palettes out, and change paper because I'm going to need another sheet. And hopefully then the other sheet doesn't have a problem like this one does. So this is forest green. And it's a bummer because this paper, if it wasn't having the issues that it would, it's with, it's got to be the sizing. It would lay much prettier when I lay the paint down. It's just not soaking in. I mean, like I have to push the paint into the paper. I really like this forest green. It's really nice. PBR7. PB 15.1. Okay. All right, I'm going to stop this for a second, switch my paints, my paper out, clean up a little bit, and I will be back.